What's up to CZechMat? Before we start, I want to make one thing completely clear. I am not a licensed survival instructor or part of any military company or any military at all. I don't have any type of training that's any close to this. So for what I'm gonna tell you here, credits to the guy I watched. So you probably know this guy. He's pretty famous. His name on the social media and even here on YouTube, or if you're watching this on TikTok, then TikTok, is Garand. He's a former US military veteran. He's done a lot of videos. He's pretty popular. I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty cool. He's cool as fuck, honestly. And he done a video on the CounterTracking in the environments like it's literally fucking hell. I'm sorry for my English. I will say this once because Czech and English is really different and it's hard for me to pronounce each word. So yeah, he's done this video in a completely different environment, mainly in the, I don't know, dry American lands, or I don't know how would I describe it, dry lands. Yeah, there were some water. He made even the water scene, which we'll be making too. But it's not. It's, you know, it's America. It's not this. Yeah, we are in Europe. This video will be focused on Europe, on the forest, how to survive in it, some random tips about the survival, and we will be making points of each and every one. So the first point we will be making is when the gunfight begins, you know, you are alone and you know you are outnumbered, or your team is gone. Yeah, your body was hit, is done for, or any other type of situation which you conclude you need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, the enemy is strong, the enemy wants you dead. So the first thing you wanna do is immediately break the contact. What does that mean? You want to make a distance between you. There's nothing I can say more, literally. You need to think in the moment about where you can go, where you can hide. But with the hiding a little bit later on that. Because first you need to make a long distance, at least 2 or 3 kilometers before you start doing the actual counter-tracking. If you start to hide after, I don't know, 200 meters, you're gonna get killed. It's simple as that. So yeah, first we'll need to break the contact immediately. So let's do that. So when you're trying to break the contact between you and the enemy, you don't have a lot of time to think to yourself, oh, I should run down because it's quicker and any fucking shit you can think of, honestly. You just run. You just fucking run. Put anything between you and the enemy. Bushes, trees, you think of it. Even mountains, anything. You will run for kilometers and kilometers until you are exhausted to the point of you just breaking. That depends on how you have trained. If you're not fit, you're gonna die. As Garand said himself, of course. And it's true. I myself am not very fit at the moment. I've been lazy lately, so I can't run on that scale anymore. Well, as I said previously, when you're trying to break the contact, you just run. There's not anything about it. But you need to think about your teammates, your friends, and anything you are going to run for, you know? Like, yeah, I need to run back to my base. Yeah, you would have in your head some kind of point where the enemy lines end, you know? You're trying to run back to the friendly line so you don't fucking die. So any type of communication device you have on you, you need to lock it, you need to secure it, so if you die, you don't show your friendly's position. My phone is currently on my cameraman's hand, but if you have it and you have things like Face ID or fingerprint scanner or fucking stupid ass number code that will everyone think of, like your birthday or your mom's birthday, anything they can figure out that you have inside your wallet information or anything like that. You don't want that. So remove the fingerprint scanner, remove the Face ID, and possibly turn off your phone if it's possible. Of course, I understand you have things like attack and other map devices, so you can map the terrain, but pretty much you need to rely on the things you have on you, which are, how did I say it? Physical, like a map. Yeah, you don't want any GPS systems that can be tracked or the information can be put out of them. You know. So yeah, you just run. You need to run that way that you don't actually show which way you want to go. If you go straight in a straight line towards your friendly lines, the enemies are not that stupid. They will always know, yeah, he's going only to the southeast, then we will go only to the southeast. You need to make an idiotic movement, if I say it. Yeah, like a 45-degree angle of what you really are aiming for. Yeah, and then back. Zigzag, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Well, yeah. So we are breaking the contact, and that's it. Nothing else, nothing much, just fucking running. Jenom 10-sekundový video, jak někde jdeme, tam se to dá vždycky katnout nějak a o nějaký materiál, že tam už tak chodím jenom a můžu tam mluvit. Fixnout, když něco posedu mluvení. Tak, krása. Tak. So, give me a second. Fucking hell. So when are we typically running? You will encounter open fields or honestly just forest, empty forest without any vegetation. This is really typical on some parts of Europe when the trees are dead or they don't get enough sunlight, so they are green only on the top and the bottom is completely dried out and dead looking. Yeah, so you don't have any kind of cover. You're gonna stay in this type of environment what we were in before. Small trees or bushes, I don't care how you call them, but just don't be seen, because you will be scared a lot of hearing your footsteps or how you run. Yeah, the sound altogether in the forest. You hear your twig snapping under you. Yeah, you hear the heavy breathing you're doing, and you get, oh shit, somebody's gonna hear me. I need to keep it down. Yes and no, because sound travels that far. Yeah, it's not going to travel 100 kilometers. Yeah, or a kilometer if you don't tell, of course. The thing that is really scary about forest and about if someone is hunting you, that is the light. Light travels faster, light travels longer distances. So if you're standing somewhere around that in the horizon, you will be fucking seen. Yeah. You can be heard at that distance if you don't yell, but you will be seen. Yeah. If you travel in small, I don't know, I would call it a little forest in a forest. I don't care really. But if I'm in that, I'm traveling between the bushes. Yes, you will hear me. About in 50 meters, you will hear me 100 meters, depends on how you walk or run. Yeah, depends on your walking page, but you will not be seen at longer distances. So if someone is standing here and I'm 50 meters in the forest, there's more likely to not notice me. Yeah, 2 to 3 kilometers behind the initial spot where we started. Yeah, of course. So now we will transfer to some different location and we will move on the next stage. So there's times you will encounter the animal or normal roads or kind of trails. Yeah, that's why it's described it. But yeah, just trails. You will encounter trails that are gonna be 100 meters long, 200 meters, even more. There's times you will want that. Yeah, if you're with the team, the trails are great for I don't know, regroup or just see how many men you've got left if you were in a gunfight or if everything is alright with them. But the trail is, of course, depends on the type. If it's civilian type like this, where people just walk and the trail just starts forming up, it's just dangerous for you to encounter another civilian. But there are still the benefits of knowing if your team is okay. Yeah, you can just count yourself if you don't have a radio. I don't know what type of situation you will be in, even if you ever be in this type of situation, even if you play Airsoft or are really some kind of former military or military dude that just sign up. Not that I'm an expert, yeah, I'm just passing the information. That if you encounter trail or civilians or animals, you will most likely encounter them, which is bad for us. So you don't want to stick around like me, standing up like a fucking fool, just screaming, target here, shoot me. Yeah, no. Either you will just sit on one side or you will just pass it. Yeah, you will just look on both ways from a distance in the forest, or you will just sprint through it if you are in a if you are still breaking the contact. Of course, it's not ideal to be on this position because everybody can see you for the set range. Like here, this is around what, 30-50 meters max. If somebody is there at the end, they can see me. Yeah. If somebody is there, the same distance, they much likely won't see me. Why is that? Because there's fucking trees and bushes in the way. Yeah. This is fucking clear. They can't see me. Even if they were blind, they would fucking smell me. Yeah. Just don't be stupid. Don't walk around in open spaces at all. Yeah. I guess some people may think, yeah, we are gonna cross this fucking field because the grass is fucking high. Well, you think they're not gonna notice that the grass will start randomly falling down or the trails will be there? We are doing video on CounterTracking. That means that they won't know where you go, yeah, or where you to go, yeah. Another thing, you can look here that I made a track, yeah. This is my foot when I was running or stepping. I don't know how you want to spell it, but you can see here the motion I turn here. Yeah, I turn to this direction. The tracker will notice this. This will be the first thing the tracker will notice this. In fact, don't be stupid. Yeah, the walking in the forest. Of course, everybody have their own pace and their type of walking. But honestly, I prefer, and even the Garand, which made the video that inspired this one, that said the best walking, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but just walking so you are not loud and you're not doing this shit. just kind of flowing or releasing the foot from the back part. I will not really spell each part of my fucking foot. Yeah, you are not that stupid, just this. Yeah, nothing else, nothing much, just stepping. So if you walk, yeah, you will need to go this way. Yeah. Also, currently it's raining, so it's harder. It would be harder if there was really someone hunting me down right now, because I will make tracks like this. The grass is wet. That means I will much likely make these types of marks. I will also make these type of marks when I'm running. So it's really not good weather at all for this. But I like it for other reasons. So yeah, make sure you don't leave tracks if you're not breaking the contact. Of course, if you're just running from the enemy, you don't have time for manning how you fucking walk, okay? You just want to get the fuck out of here. But if you're already counter-tracking, if you are in the process, you don't want to damage the branches here. You don't want to run too fast so you damage the soil. If you only step on it, it will also make mark, but you can see it as well, yeah. If you're just walking through, you won't notice. Also, you can mistake it for a civilian mark. You know, if civil is walking through here, and I walk through here, they won't know which one is who. Yeah, if they didn't see the mark of my full boot somewhere else, so they can see and tell, yeah, this is his, this is someone else, or they meet up. Yeah. Also, they can pretty much tell the time that I stepped on it. Yeah. You can see that this is still pretty new. Yeah. You don't see water here, even though it's raining. Yeah. You see this is just here. No one stepped on it or made any mark. Yeah. Of course, I see there were some marks out some time ago, but it's dried out and it started raining. So yeah, there's nothing new. But this, nothing new. Yeah, if I do this, nothing. If I do this, yeah. The counter tracker can't tell this apart. Of course, you would be dumb if you didn't know that this means someone was here. Yeah, I'm just telling shit at this point. No, obvious shit, I mean. So yeah, we are going to go further. So yeah, right now we're on our first initial hideout. So what does that mean? This place is where you drink water, eat, if you have the option, of course, and also you rest for a bit. If you, of course, you can spend the night in some kind of place, but you need to think about some things first. Yeah, you need to choose place that you are completely surrounded with something, so they don't see you. Also, you need to make sure you don't make any marks. So this would not be a good hide site for the first time, because I made marks when I walk here. Yeah, you can see the damaged bushes or branches or what the fuck you want to call them. That's wrong. Yeah, they would probably find me really easily if they were military. So this is hypothetical. Yeah, I'm not doing it one-to-one how it should be. Yeah, if my life depended on it, of course, yeah, that's something different. But I'm telling you how to do things, not doing it myself. I know that sounds really pathetic, but yeah, that's the type of the video I make. So yeah, we're going to put our gun away, but remember, always have your gun on arm's reach. Anything happens, you need to have your gun in your hands faster than the enemy. Yeah, if they pull the trigger faster, you're dead. Simple as that. So have it at arm reach or closer, or even on these shits. Yeah. But right now we are doing what? We are drinking. We are going to mask ourselves so we are not seen, and we are going to tell some survival tips you can think of. So first, you can survive multiple weeks without food. 2 weeks, honestly, I think probably every adult can survive without food. Of course, after the 1 week, you will be drained out, and if somebody don't give you the food you need, you will probably die because you can't gather it yourself at that point, if you're not trained for it, of course. So yeah, but water is much worse. You can't survive 2 days without water if you're not good enough. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you lie down all day, of course, you're gonna survive much longer, but the water is something you will need to gather most of the time. And it's really important you drink something. It doesn't matter what, of course. If you really don't have any iodine or anything like charcoal, filters for water that you can filter the water or clear the water from any types of bacteria, segment, anything like that, you just need water. Yeah. Of course, if you have it, it's much better because you don't get sick, and therefore you can perform better in everything, running, healing. Yeah, also much likely you won't be able to heal yourself. So that's it pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, now on the masking. So we will need to mask ourselves. I did this at home. It's not really good for this environment exactly. I just put it there because of what environment I was playing before. This is an airsoft rifle, of course, because yeah, I can't imagine having a real VSS. So yeah, I made already a video on this. I will show it somewhere up here, but yeah, some other day. On the masking, you will need some kind of face paint or dirt or anything like that at all. Yeah, you just need to mask yourself and think what is visible, what is not visible, and what to do. I have simple color fucking paint or what the fuck is this shit from Temu or other websites. It's really not that deep because if it masks, it's good. Yeah, even fucking dirt, if I put on my face with some water, it will be there for some time. Yeah. So this. Also, you already, I think you already noticed that my gloves are not really masking me or are not stealthy at all. Also, my face mask. So yeah, let's take this shit off. Also, the second one. Yeah, don't forget it. Now, what can you see the most? Of course, you can see my skin color. I'm white, but that's not the point really. The point is that you can see the skin color in the forest on miles ahead. Yeah. If I'm next to a tree, 100 meters out, you can spot me instantly. If I don't have any face paint or anything like that, of course. So you need to take the face paint. If you have, it comes in sticks, it comes in little boxes with a mirror so I can look at my ugly face, and some colors, of course. I didn't test this out before, so I'm just gonna look. Green is really green, greener, much greener than I thought. But that's not the problem, really. So, if you're not serious and you're just playing airsoft or doing anything like that, then you want to make 2 layers of this. And before this, you want to make a layer of some kind of cream or anything like that. That's like a hand cream or something that's moist and don't really allows the face paint to stick to that much, so you can get it off actually. Yeah. Of course, if you are in a rush and your life depending on it, you're just gonna smash it on there, yeah. You're not gonna think, yeah, I'm not gonna get it off when I get home, yeah. So don't be a fucking pussy, just put it, yeah. So what we're gonna do here is actually inverse the colors, yeah. So in the dark parts of your face, like under the nose, yeah, the points where there's darker, yeah, you're gonna make it lighter. So I will use black and green here, actually, not, and maybe some green, of course, but on the dark places I will use the brown because it's whiter than the black. On the whiter places I will use the dark. Why are we doing this? Because the face shape is realistic enough in the wild. It's nothing in the wild is that big as a human face and that round, yeah. And the specific, of course, like a nose, ears, if anything like that have exposed, it much likely will be spotted. So you need to actually mask it. Of course, I have this face mask, so I don't have to actually show my face on the online, on the internet. So yeah, I will only do the top half and not really show it on camera because yeah, I wanna do it correctly. Also, I will do a little bit on my hands because as you can see, I can't have the gloves because they are yellow, white, and black, and that's not really good for the environment I'm in right now. So yeah, I will cut here. Black. So I already did my face, as you can see. I look like a fucking shit, but yeah, that's the point of it. And now you need to get rid of any white surface on your body that is exposed. Uh, I know is gonna sound like a joke, but if you have a fucking belly out, then you're gonna fucking mask that belly. You understand me? If you don't, you're fucking dead. That's the point of it all. Also mix the colors. I really didn't do it like I said, because I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's the only point of it. But yeah, it's not that deep, honestly. Even the green appears to be much greener. It's not really that visible at all. So that's a dislike for the company, honestly. Don't buy cheap like me. Buy some quality stuff from a local surplus store. Yeah, you just don't want to look like a living person. That's it, honestly. That. Fucking hell. I get it on my VZ. I'm gonna be fucking furious later when I'm going to try get rid of this cell. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is to do one layer, which I just covered the whole hand, and then do some kind of lines on the hand, if you get what I mean. Because you're gonna smother the lines anyway, but it's still good to have some kind of lines to begin with, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so black as the starting color, and then go from there. So yeah, that's it. You just needed some spray, some face paint. Also, completely out of the things I'm talking about here, but you can eat these. They are not really bad at all. It tastes a little bit like citrus, the peel of the citrus, and it has a lot of water in it, so you can survive off of these. And as you can see, there are not a little number of them, so yeah.
of course, don't eat too much because it's not clean and you will throw up. So yeah. Also, you can see that I'm doing a lot of damage to the ground. If I was really if somebody was really tracking me, I think they would spot me really easily. Also, if you can, don't leave anything behind. So yeah. So now, we need to get rid of the smell, because if they have dogs, they will snuff us, even though we will be extremely careful. We will now begin the counter-tracking. That means we will now be more careful when we step. That means we will be much quieter, we will be walking much slowly, and we will be doing the observation a lot. So what does that mean? That means one specific thing. If you're sitting somewhere and you're looking, yeah, or not really sitting, but if you're walking and you feel something is off, or just do it around 15 minutes each, so you have some kind of observation, you're gonna kneel down or just stand with the tree, so your silhouette is not really out there, and you're just gonna watch, listen and smell. Yeah, you can smell much beside the rain here and myself, but yeah, you can look, and you're not gonna do this shit. Yeah, you're not gonna just do, yeah, what's there, yeah, everybody is going to fucking spot it this way. Look around me, yeah, nothing is fucking moving beside what I'm touching, yeah? So you will just need to make slower movements, yeah, move in a slow pace. That means if I'm looking and observing, I'm just gonna do. Like a predator, yeah? Not like a fucking sheep, like a predator. You are being hunted, so you either need to go to the point that you're not really possible to be spotted, or you are the hunter now, yeah? Nothing between. So now we will begin the counter-tracking.
So right now we are next to water source. So remember, you don't want to spend too much time next to the water or in the water. There are animals, there are people that need water to survive. So you are much more likely to run into a human or an animal next to the water. Of course, we are not in this situation, so we can just walk right here. But if you are really trying to survive or run or perform the counter-tracking, remember not to be too close for too long next to the water. Okay? Let's go. So, what you wanna do when you're trying to get rid of dogs? Of course, you won't be able to get rid of dogs as much as you think. Possibly not at all. Yeah, dogs will always catch you at the end uh, if you don't kill the dog, of course. But yeah, water is great for this Because if you head upstream for some time, then get off at one side, you will confuse the dog, yeah? He will try to find your scent somewhere. He would need to go from one shore to another and just try to pick up your scent, which is really difficult if you really want to catch the guy, because yeah, you're gonna spend a lot of time there, which is not good for you. Yeah? So what you wanna do is to get offshore, walk for at least 100 meters, and then come back and go at least half a kilometer through the water. Of course, walking through water is dangerous, I say it once more again, and it's exhausting because you are going upstream, which means the water is flowing directly toward you. That means walking through it is really, really difficult and exhausting. Yeah, so half a kilometer maximum if you don't want to get drained out. Also, make sure not to break anything. If you break this, yeah, you can see here, it's white, it's fresh. The tracker will immediately notice this. What does this mean? You can use this if I were to choose to go that way. What does that mean? I can break this one, go 100 meters through the water, and then go some other way around. So now the tracker thinks I've been here, which I was, and his dog will think that I either go to the water on the other side and go back up, which I will most likely want him to do because it costs time, which is precious, or he will think I continued. So if you walk through the water instead, the dog will be really confused. And you can do this a lot of time. You can even zigzag on the ground. Like if I go back there, yeah, bunch of times in different directions, yeah, like this, yeah, if I go right here, yeah, you can also give your scent to the flowers. Yeah, I just cut myself, don't worry about it. You can go back, you can go anywhere, just do like a 50, that's too much, like a 20 different ways around. You're not doing this to confuse the dog, yeah? Of course the dog will be a little confused, but you're not doing it for the dog, you're doing it for the dog handler. What does that mean? That means the handler, which is handling the dog obviously, he will think, what the fuck is wrong with my dog? He's just walking around, I'm not doing anything, so he will try to reset the dog, yeah? So at that point, you pretty much won the time battle. Now you just don't need to get catched, yeah? So we confuse the dog, we walk through water, and now you want to head for the friendly lines. Now, what do we find here? Of course, you can put it simply, it's a fucking hole, yeah? But what's great about it is if you want to get some sleep, which you will need to do, and if you have in parties, you will always take turns, so that's pretty much guaranteed your safety, at least. But if you're alone, you want to hide much as possible. What does that mean? That means you want to lean down, put tarp over yourself, and if possible, hide under the uh, grass and the dirt itself. Because people have thermals, people have NVGs, people have all kind of stuff. Of course, not everyone, but they do have it. But NVGs and thermals are vulnerable to one thing. They need direct line of sight or some kind of really, really thin material which heat can travel to, which is not really that great. So yeah, if you can hide behind a tree, or like this, you have tree line and trees all over you, then drones, planes, all kind of this shit won't be able to find you that easily. Of course, if you walk right next to water source or a road, or you're walking too close to an open field, you will be fine, because thermals can't see that far, at least through some vegetation and things like that. If I was standing behind that, they would see me, of course. It's a thermal anyway, so yeah. It's not that hard and not that simple. If you not hide well, if you don't gonna hide well, you're gonna die. Yeah. If you're not fit, you're gonna die. If you're an idiot, you're gonna die. If you left traces, you're gonna die. Now, I'm not saying I'm capable of such things. Yeah. I'm just a kid with airsoft issues and obsessed with military. Yeah, that's how. Uh, but at least I can give some information to the people. Yeah. Also, if you need water and you can afford to go to the water source, you can get water from somewhere else. You can take your socks, tie them around your legs, and walk through wet water. Of course, it won't be pleasant to drink, but it will be drinkable. Yeah. So you will survive. If you don't wanna do that, or you don't have socks because you're a weirdo, then you can always drink some tree sap. Or I don't know what's it called in English, but you can pin spruce trees, or put it simply, the trees that are white, no racism, but then you can tap them, make a hole in them, not in this one. The tree needs to be white to do it perfectly. You cut hole in this, yeah. You put container for the water under, and it will give you, of course, it's not that fast, but it will give you in a day drinkable water that's full of minerals and some all kinds of fucking stupid shit. So you can also survive from that. You can always eat the spruce I showed earlier in the video. What I mean is, you can eat some of the leaves. You can eat some of the almost everything in the forest you can eat. Just know what you can't. That's the point. Yeah. If you see some weird mushrooms and you are not sure if they're good or not, just don't eat them. Yeah. Don't be that fucking stupid. Yeah. You're trying to survive, not kill yourself over a fucking mushroom. Fucking hell. Je to tak hluboký jak piča. So, now we made another trail for the dog to follow. Yeah, he will need to search around for that, and if he will find it, he'll be stuck for a while. Yeah, or you can just cross there. Yeah, he will want to try to find you. It's not great to make this kind of crossing, because you're just crossing at one direction, and that means the dog will probably find you fast. Yeah. Of course, this was just a demonstration. And remember, if you're walking multiple days and your feet are wet, you can get bad feet from that. You can get sick. You can get worse than sick, and pretty much you will be fucked. So make sure you will dry yourself on occasions. If you don't, you're dead anyway. So yeah. Well, I'm pretty much dried at this point. The boots worked great, but my clothing did not work much better. So yeah, I'm wet as shit right now. That doesn't matter. Well, I made points across this whole video, from masking myself, from walking, from prints, crossing the water, making travel sense for the dogs, and I made points about not being fit. So that leaves me only one point, and that is the location of, or locating enemies, which is the probability of their smell, if I can tell it that. Because if you are in a platoon where all the guys are sweaty and gross and they fell into water, they're gonna smell like that, yeah? So if you go somewhere where you've already been and laid there for some time, you will smell the river water, you will smell the dirt, if you know what I mean, the mud, I mean. So yeah, it's not great, it's not good, but it's true. So if you go and you smell some kind of alcohol, cologne, cigarettes, anything that your platoon or you as a loner don't do, you know someone else was there, and that's pretty much not good, yeah. So don't use any of cologne or alcohol on any of this, or yeah, they can find you even from that, and trust me, that's not pleasant for you if you want to survive. By the way, I know I am an amateur in this field. I know this video probably won't be that great, but I wanted to make it for some time as a fun for myself, as an experience for myself. By the way, I lost some things on the way here, so yeah, rip my tourniquet. It's pretty much fucked somewhere. He just slipped from my belt, so yeah, tourniquet is fucked, but yeah, we will replace it, of course. I don't wanna bleed out somewhere. I wanna speak again of the Grand Tam and the USMC, and also the 44 Ravens Regiment or Rangers, which I am a part of. Of course, we are just a pretend Airsoft group and Arma 3 group, so don't get that mistaken. Yeah, I wanna do this video for some time now. I wanna thank you for your time again, and yeah, maybe I will make some video when I get home about how this all went, if it's good, how was the experience. If you have any questions, any remarks, you wanna show me what I did wrong, you can type it in the comments. I'm not a specialist, I'm not a former military, I just wanted to pass some information that I know myself. So yeah, thank you, and CZechMat out.